দেখি। Audio's live on mine too.
Alright, Hack needs a sub. Bryce is gone from this mortal realm.
Well, don't say that.
He has not died. His power died,
Oh, jeez.
according to Spartan. We do have 303 and Spartan himself in, though. Just waiting on a sub for Bryce.
I'm gonna need to do it. Alright, I guess so.
Alright, guess
Oh, is that Max? No, Max needs speed build. Alright, fine. Classic everyone building.
I always need to bump up my own audio for some reason. Let me go to OBS and see if I can... I can't turn it up anymore, actually. I can turn everyone else down. Chet, can you say something?
Saying something. Saying a lot of things, maybe.
How are we compared now, Tape?
It looks like you're going to be the one invalid. Sans is trying to fix ASQ. Max is speed building.
Well, hang on.
Preston has nothing useful to contribute to the conversation.
I have turned up my output volume. Is it oppressive? Is this better, or is this too much?
That's way louder. Probably too much.
Okay. I've turned it down some.
Oh, combat VC, alright. I'll go there.
What are my... Otto, if you have your Twitch, is your actual Twitch stream turned up? Or is it, even with it at full blast, you're not hearing a whole lot? Self up more, but that's there. 70%.
Alright, Bonnie subbing.
Bonnie is subbing?
Yep. Bryce literally called him.
Oh.
That works.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, Otto, you watch on a TV, don't you?
Wow, that's really funny. The only reason Combat EU didn't crash is because the script I have to automatically pull the latest updates from the world GitHub wasn't working.
That's funny.
Saved by incompetence.
Pretty based.
I've turned everything
That
up a
does
good bit
mean
now.
this map is a little out of date, but whatever.
Looks fine. Got
Hey.
most of the major notes.
You know what I can also do? Bam.
Auto it is turned up to 70%. I'm peeking into the yellow. Don't know what to tell you.
I'm here now.
All right. In the meantime, Darth, were you able to use that link before your stream?
What link?
I DM'd you a Video Ninja link.
What's that do?
It is my output from my browser. You can add it as a source to get a picture-in-picture.
Okay.
So under sources, plus button, add media source.
I turned everything up a ton. I can't do a whole lot more. Squiddy or squish. Do remember there's a 30-second delay on the stream.
So this is your view here, and I can just tell the stream to use that as well. I'll cover it up. Let's add it as a source.
Hope source is the right one. Create
Bonnie
new
is loaded
browser.
in.
Oh, sorry. Add new as a browser, not a source.
Bonnie's in 303, Spartan, Tumor, Squid, and Hex Scream. Are we waiting on anybody else?
There we go. Perfect. Let me get rid of these. Bop. And bop.
Did it work?
I think so.
Oh, they're waiting on Reaper.
I saw Reaper join earlier and then maybe crash out or disconnect. I do
Is the
have a
EU
face.
server.
You may see it.
Yeah, he's still loading. There's the link, chat, if you want to add it too.
Oh.
And yes, I see it.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
So I would add it as an application media source.
Add it as a browser.
Browser. Right, makes sense. I'm going to do that. I have it set to studio mode, so I can just do things.
Technology.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. Technology. All right.
Oh, look at that. My own little invalid.
Live invalid reaction.
Damn. He's literally me.
Literally. I gotta find somewhere to put this that makes sense and also edit it so it's not. Ooh, widescreen?
Alright, Reaper can't load in.
Oh boy.
So I'll get Combat 2 up.
It's got to switch to another.
No, actually, I'll just restart and try again.
Oh, okay.
Nope, he's in. Easiest.
Threaten them with a restart. That'll get him in line.
Clearly it worked.
Evidently.
Perhaps we should do this more often.
Threaten people?
Yes, actually. We'd start getting more results.
That restart cancel command exists.
Struggling to figure out where to put the wide aspect invalid.
I mean, I just popped it in the opposite corner of my webcam.
I don't have a webcam. Fortunately. Put them on my etc. screen where I put the bracket.
I'm going to switch to 4.3.
I'll just
Okay,
worry
no, I
about
can't
it
do
later.
that.
Alright,
Yeah,
we're
no,
getting
I wouldn't.
grids loaded in, looks like. What the hell?
Everybody here? What button did I just hit? Oh, I hit the right button. Camp Reaper is loaded in.
What the hell?
UOD flying with hack.
Spooky.
Spooky.
What's on the bottom right? You mean the fucking space heater or the pillow my dog likes to lay on or the drawers full
Or
of extra
invalid
tech
screen.
stuff?
Looks like a hack ship turned into a UOD ship. Whatever Reaper's flying. Is this the egg?
Squishy. No spreading rumors.
Indy's Baconator.
You mean that contraption? That's a jumper for a baby. I tried very briefly to figure out how to crop the webcam and gave up.
Right click, transforms, crop.
See, if there was a crop button when I did that, I would have clicked it.
There isn't a crop button. There's a bunch of numbers that you adjust to crop the margins.
See, when I right click and hover over the transform button, here, let me.
It transforms.
Okay.
Are you streaming?
Yeah, it's fine.
Discord? We can worry about it later. Or never.
All right, 3 ships red, 4 ships blue. Everyone see them?
3 ships red, 4 ships blue? Yep. Which side do you want to start on, Darth?
It's a little better. We can start with Uad and Hack combination Taco Bell KFC. And frankly, the one I want to start with most is the Charybdis here, because this has got to be a super slim Charybdis.
Oh, yeah.
We've got 21 million mass, so didn't lose too much there. But only 9k battle points is not something he's going to be used to. We've got
15 million shields.
15 million, that's like a normal amount.
That's weird.
We got 1 big Magnus fusion coil cannon, whatever, up top. 2 macros, very clear on the front. 4 reavers. 4 demolishers, X4s. Are 2 of them on the bottom? Yes. 4 electrons, and then looks like 8 railguns through the nose as his fixed armament. That's a lot of guns. I'm surprised he managed to get that many on here. I guess most of them
It's
are
almost an 8750.
relatively cheap. The railguns are not an Ares, you know, but the Magnus and the X4s aren't cheap guns from memory.
Also aren't bad guns. Pretty good. Pretty effective loadout, I'd say.
Yeah, it looks dangerous still, for sure.
Did you say 3 railguns?
8.
It's 8. Yeah. Okay.
It
Just
is
making
8.
sure.
If I said 3, I'm sorry. We can swap over to the Eternity, the other tank sitting at 20 million mass. We've got another 8 railguns, another 4 reavers, 3 demolisher X4s, 2 Magnus fusion cannons. And is that reavers and raiders? Looks like 4 of each.
His armament doesn't exist for me.
You'd have to place a block on him, which, I mean, if you delete immediately, I'm sure he won't mind. But 8750, somehow more shields than the Charybdis. Those 2 tanks are going to be dangerous. We've got Bonnie with
Slightly more power.
some big ass guns.
I think this is prices.
Oh yeah. That's the Serenity. We've got 12 Electron twin-linked small lasers, 4 Reavers, and 4 light lances. Those lasers, that energy damage, that's all hit scan right there, but only 4 Reavers for kinetic.
Good point. Pretty light in kinetic damage.
And then we look at Reapers. This is a new grid, the Wendy's Baconator. Some big ass
this might
AWGs for thrust in all directions but forward. But forward we have 2 naval LBX, 4 macro cannons, and 16 Raider light coil guns.
Oh man. Two LBX and 4 macros.
Yeah. Excited to see what happens there. No energy damage as far as I can see. Yeah.
I think this might have been some of the UAD guys were talking about an egg.
This is definitely that.
I'm pretty sure this is the egg.
Egg.
that they said was super scary. So
All right. Without
I guess we'll see.
making people wait too long, let's swap over and take a look at Cybran. We've got Squidopolis in the Mastodon Mass Equals class with 16 LRM-5s. He's brought missiles. Lots of them.
I think he likes them. What do you think?
Yeah, we got 3 snub fighters for more dangerous PDable ammunitions. 4 heavy macro cannon turrets. 2 long swords, damn. 1 heavy macro cannon right there in the front with the tusks and all that. I love the decoration. And 7 Aegis Flak. The 2 long swords with the snub fighters, that's going to be dangerous.
What is down his front? Is that just an array of cameras?
All of these appear to be
Oh, I see now.
lasers?
They're all the lasers.
Yes, these would be the 7 lasers.
Be the 7 lasers. Yes.
All right, swapping up to
Very
Hex
nice.
Scream in a very fast grid with, it looks like 8 light macros, 8 light lances, and 3 long swords.
He has never heard of spreading your weaponry out, so
All along the sides there. I'm not entirely sure if they're able to see over each other super well, but you can just wiggle.
I mean broadside.
Right. And then we can swap over
Well,
to the
looks like-
Cougar from Tumor. 4 macro cannon turrets, 8 Aegis Flak, 4 light lances, 4 LRMs, a smattering of them. We've got 2 Spartan Gatlings for more point defense, and 4 of the Merlin. Okay, yeah, those are the small mid railguns. Okay.
Yeah.
I was confused because I had never seen the word Merlin before.
It looks like he's
in the
building
roster.
repairs, trying to weld this turret over and over.
Huh. Something to look into. After we start this match. This is a 3-stack. They're all 12k points roughly, 11, 12. But we've got 2 fasts in the Cougar and the Nemesis Compact.
Oh, it's right in front of the thrusters. It's literally
Force.
touching the thrusters. That's why.
Oh. Oh yeah, the thrusters would be burning it a little, huh?
It's being constantly burned and repaired.
All right. Not using all of the mass there on red. Hopefully the Mastodon can pull up that slack, but I think we should get started. If someone who wants to enter the command wants to count us down.
Invalid?
Invalid, I would turn off all of your HUD for picture-in-picture.
Right. I'll do that in a second.
Okay.
You,
Oh, fucking
attack call
light
ready.
reaction, because live light react. Fucking cable. I'm just gonna... I mean, we're about to start anyways, so I'm just gonna turn this off, but...
Oh. Yeah, he's saying he usually uses Mark IIs, which don't have a collision right where they touch right there.
Ah.
But macros most definitely do.
Here we go.
Hex Scream going out ahead by
We
himself.
have started.
Same with 303. I gotta change that music.
Alright, we've got fast movers squaring up against each other near the center there.
Reaper flying the Baconator. Trying to get to one of those. One of those cap zones. Scream and Tumor both going for the opposite one.
Spartan and 303 just gunning into the center. 303 letting rip between some blocker plates at Hex Scream. A couple hits, actually.
Really?
Just on the shields.
It's
Just a couple of errant shots. It's already regened as they've taken one of the zones. Reaper Dragon Gaming has
Spartan
taken the other far
firing.
zone.
Firing RLXs out. What are those? Those X4s.
There's
Those are
Tumor's
X4s.
railguns.
Railguns out for Tumor. Miss. Reaper and Bonnie holding on to the other zone and now moving off to re-engage the center.
Those X4s firing off at this distance aren't going to hit jack shit.
Railguns do, though.
Railguns
Two
will
railgun
get it.
strikes on Tumor.
Yeah.
Reaper and Bonnie have engaged Squidopolis.
They're moving in on him. That's the tank. He slid into the center now. He's in view of the other tanks. Reaper letting loose with some LBX straight to the front of this grid. Some blocks blown off, and Squidopolis wants none of
Ooh.
it. Long swords.
A collision between Hexscream and Reaper.
Long swords out for Reaper.
Oh,
And a blink.
blinked right through him.
More nukes hitting Reaper as
Hexscream
they're
and-
focusing fire on him.
Hexscream has drawn Bonnie off. While he gets slammed with long swords.
Oh, Bonnie gets
He's definitely
slammed, too.
feeling that. Shields still haven't gone down, though. Tumor is engaging Reaper. It leaves Squidopolis facing off against 303 and Spartan by himself. Ooh, a railgun shot directly into the bottom of Squidopolis when he wasn't looking. Through a shun.
Oh man, he has to be careful. Most of his armor is front facing with that Lenin-like design. Bonnie's been chased off. It looks like Tumor and Hexscream ganging up on Reaper Dragon Gaming out here on the sides.
He's about to lose his shields. In fact, he has lost his shields. He is now exposed
That
to both
that
of
egg
the,
is going to get nuked. He's going to try and get out of
Couple
here,
nukes
but
in here, huh?
we've got the missiles out onto Spartan. His shields and hull still up fine. Reaper's the one to watch.
They might
here.
be
He's a little
trading.
danger. Squid's taking a beating because his shields are down
Yeah.
too, but if they can pick off Reaper Dragon Gaming, that's a big pull. Hexscream
friendly
is on-
fire between Spartan and 303.
Oh no.
They lined up perfectly and got an
Hexscream's
X4
on him. Those
volley
lances are
directly
hit
into his rear.
scan. He's getting damage in through through these down shields. 65%. This grid is not very armored. He's got to be taking it on
Bonnie
the gun.
has moved to re-engage Hexscream from behind.
Hexscream has been, or Bonnie has been chasing Hexscream this whole time as Hexscream's been trying to put down Reaper while the shields are down. Those LBX, I think, got through some of Hexscream's shunts. He's at 80% with some thrusters burning now. Reaper Dragon
The
Gaming
egg is not
still in
looking
this.
good.
He's not looking good, but he's in this. He's got those LBX still, and he's letting loose with them.
LRM volley out. Looks like it was onto Reaper.
A couple of them hit
Retargeted onto
Reaper, but
Bonnie,
the rest
though.
were flared. Yep.
Oh. See the flare go off. Another LBX volley out for Hexscream.
Yeah, Reaper looks like he has almost no control of his grid left, barely any power. Just an afterburner
Squidopolis.
and a couple of his thrusters on the sides.
Squidopolis is looking about equally as unhealthy
Oh yeah, Squidopolis
on the opposite
is
side of the map.
in a very bad 2v1 on the other side. Let's check in real fast.
He's,
Oh, no,
he's
that's-
doing his job. He's tanking.
Yeah,
not
he's
gonna be able to
gotta
do it for very
face
much
them,
longer,
though.
though.
You can't be taking those side shots.
Looks like Tumor and Hexscream have re-engaged on Bonnie, leaving Reaper to drift around the perimeter of the map. Apparently rendered combat ineffective. Mostly. Looks like he has no thrust. Looks like Hexscream has actually dropped back to re-engage and finish off Reaper. Squidopolis is
Still not in a good way here. Tumor has swung around to
Oh,
chase
God.
down Bonnie.
303 jumps right behind Squidopolis to fire directly into his rear.
Yeah, those two are trying
How many
to get
licks?
around that tank to shoot him from not the front, ideally. And they
How many
managed
licks to
around
get to
and
the
miss
center
us
of a
out.
Mastodon?
Where are they headed? Are they headed for Bonnie, it looks like. All those LRMs are out. He's got a lot of them. This is not all of them. And a bunch of them landing. Did they catch it on the shields? No. Oh god,
He
Bonnie.
also has no shields. Uh-oh.
Facing off against Tumor. It looks like the tanks are easily going to win their
Uh-oh.
side for Uad.
Bonnie's dead.
But at the expense of their fast movers here. Reaper also getting nuked. He's not going to be lasting much longer with his shields down too.
Bonnie got shattered from the sheer amount of LRMs that came to engage him.
And Reaper's not going to be lasting.
Ooh, I got that
very
on
long.
video.
Those fast movers are done for the Uad hack team up. But if they can put down
Most
Squidopolis,
definitely.
which they're working on.
Reaper has been completely shattered as well. It's gonna come at the cost of Squidopolis, which for a 3-minute... Reaper's dead.
Yeah.
One final nuke.
Those fast movers now have free reign, but they have not used it yet. Blue has still owned 2 of the zones to 1. Those kills are some good tickets, but they're still draining faster.
Squidopolis still has most of his primary laser battery, though
Oh,
he
yeah.
is currently surrounded in a debris cloud of his own skin.
We're buried pretty deep. What is that turret shooting at?
It is
This one
attempting
Aegis.
to kill a flak cannon. Yeah. Uh-oh. He still has snub fighters
He does.
and longswords, which are wailing on 303. 303 very nearly has lost shields. It looks like Spartan retargeted onto Tumor, attempting to contest that center zone, I assume. Looks like 303 has also had enough of Squid and has decided to move off.
Squid at 36%. He's still got some ion thrust.
Definitely not a bad call to stop targeting him.
And does Hexscream have... It's showing me 0 meganewtons of thrust on Hexscream on the tracker.
He's
Yeah,
still
he's
got his
moving with
afterburners. He has no
afterburners.
thrusters. Yeah. Definitely took some damage in the exchange. Looks like they're both moving to engage Spartan.
Yep, they've taken all 3 zones. Spartan is moving to take one, 303 is moving to take another, and they're just going to have to separate now. They have to take zones in order to survive at this low of tickets.
But Opus is dumping more LRMs in Spartan's direction. It looks like Tumor and Hexscreen might be moving to engage 303 as his shields are pretty low. More LRMs out for 303 as well. Dukes as well. His shields have gone down.
I'll bet. As he keeps getting nuked by longswords. They're not doing all too much. Still over 90%, but that's dropping. 303
Not anymore.
needs to
89.
focus on getting into this capture zone, in all honesty. Oh, Spartan jumping up to look at Squidopolis. If they can put him down, that'll tighten that ticket gap.
Yeah. Looks like he sent a volley out his way, then turned to engage Tumor instead.
Big railgun shot on Tumor, bring him down to 80%, but Tumor's not the target here. He's got shields. Look at Hexscream though, and that's 8%. That's dangerous.
Hexscream is pretty close to death, to be entirely honest.
Yeah, this could honestly turn around real fast. It's not looking good for Blue, but with Hexscream so low, Squidopolis almost near death, and
303 has regained shields.
Blue did take back 2 of the zones now. They're in the danger zone.
Looks like Tumor has dropped to 70% shields, and looks like he's not wanting to stay here for too long. 303 is definitely worse off than he was before, and has lost shields again.
303's taking a lot of armor damage here. Yeah.
Looks
And
like Red has
2 of the zones
taken
again.
2 more zones, yeah.
They are on track to win it, but again, if they can put down Squidopolis, if they can put down Hexstream, that tightens that lead enough. Taking these zones is matters.
100%. Looks like Red's primary advantage right now is the fact that they are way more mobile than either Spartan or 303. Both of them are pretty reliant on their blink drives. While Tumor is notorious for being speedy and deadly, and Hexscream is pretty light due to all the damage he's taken and is running mainly on thrusters, or afterburners rather.
Spartan getting into this center zone, but he's going to have to play whack-a-mole with Hexscream around this center black hole.
Looks like they're attempting to solidify their control of the side zone and the center zone.
They have to stop the bleeding. Hexscream is not letting Spartan look at him.
Hexscream is currently maintaining control by contesting the zone.
If he does slip out and let Spartan take it, that ruins a little bit of their advantage, but I think they can win him on one cap at this point.
I think so. Blues tickets are under 150. 303 is still dealing with the errant snub fighter or longsword from Squidopolis, who is still in his ship, drifting around, playing support.
They don't have to engage very much. They're going to win on tickets pretty soon here.
Yeah, this might be a ticket victory.
Almost certainly.
The last time we had a 3-man beat a 4-man.
It's been a while. 303 still throwing his railguns down into Squidopolis, hoping to secure that kill and those tickets, but
Spartan firing off a Tumor as he slips by.
Hexscream
Tumor's
falls out
still
of the
at
zone.
99%. Did he?
No, not quite. He's back in it.
That black hole is key to him being able to continue to exist here.
With that, 30 tickets left, 15 seconds.
Spartan has jumped down to try and engage Hexscream, but Hexscream just runs back behind the other side of the black hole.
And slips out of the zone. Not that it'll matter too much.
And
that
leaves
buys
the
them
zone.
a few seconds. Maybe.
12 tickets, 10 tickets, 8 tickets.
Yep, I'm afraid it was a little too late. With
A solid
all of Red beaten and battered except for Tumor.
Cybran victory.
GG.
That was an awesome match.
That was pretty cool.
Evolved into some 1v1s pretty early on. Then led to the UOD/hack ass movers being taken out rather early, which left them with 2 very slow tanks to deal with versus the more moderate, what were they, 9K 12.5s?
They were about 11. About 11, 12,
11.
yeah.
That was very much a mobility win, I would think.
Very nice. Well, hey, Gage is in chat.
Quite nice.
Yeah, Gage
Next
is
is Combat 1.
stopped into the YouTube stream, looks like.
So that means that ASQ, for their first match since they got a first round bye, will be facing Cybran.
Oh boy.
If I remember correctly, ASQ did win their the last test tournament. Unless I'm misremembering.
That shouldn't fall over anymore. Okay. Now I can fix this.
Wrong. Combat 1 next?
Yes.
Combat EU also didn't have block calling on. Yeah, that's why. Because the script issue, yeah. Just occurred to me.
What script issue?
The one you're talking about, the
Oh,
syncing
yeah.
script.
There we go.
Yeah, that.
Okay. So next one is Combat 1.
That'd be Rooks of the Dawn versus
Yes.
Dawn Unified. The rest of that one. The bracket cuts off the name. Doug, I guess.
Just call him Doug.
Been live for an hour and have gotten exactly one match done. Oops.
Yeah. No, I think Demon Fox got it. The issue there was staying on the tank, staying on Squid too long. Squid just led them away from the objective.
Oh yeah.
Died in the process, but they took the zones. They beat the fast movers. It might have been equal fight in numbers, but the fast movers on their team had well more weapons and points invested.
I will say that Squid, even in his massively disabled state, was still pretty key to support plays.
Oh, yeah.
Constantly firing off long swords and snub fighters at 303 in Spartan. He also, his long swords, I think, also finished off, was it Reaper? Or was it Bonnie? Reaper, I believe.
I mean, they eventually finished off both of them, but yes, Reaper. I think Bonnie got gutted by the LRM volley from Squid, but Reaper died kind of over time after losing the shields to the longswords.
That's true. At least Tumor gave us confirmation that build and repair most definitely works.
Save settings.
I don't know. I went to bed last night and forgot to check. It hasn't crashed anything, so I'm going to assume it's functioning fine. In fact, I can just test that real quick before I swap my stream back over to the game.
Nope. Good attempt. Look at it this week. Not as birdy as crashes though, but those. Actually, I'm not gonna say anything.
Don't want to jinx it.
Oh, yeah? Nope, yeah, it's just resetting on paste if it had any save settings. I don't understand. Maybe I need to explicitly call load settings instead of just checking for a failure state. Is that the issue? It shouldn't be. I don't know. Not relevant.
Every time I move these fucking things, I need to stop. I've got a peddler under my desk. It every time because I'm fidgety, especially with my legs, every time I move them at all, it must be catching the webcam cord because it drags the webcam around and it keeps looking off in other directions.
Your camera has grown a brain. Doesn't like what it sees.
It's trying to protect me from FBI surveillance.
Apparently, RKD does need a sub.
Bonnie is
Bonnie sub.
subbing.
Pikachu, Liam, Fresh Avocado, Slimpky Worm, and Bonnie. Oh, this is Bonnie's new Suicide Squad, isn't it? Wow, that is a ship design.
What is?
Oh god. They immediately spawned ships into each other and detonated. Hold on. Delete that.
Hold, please.
If you head over to Red Spawn where Doug is, they've changed it to pink, I guess.
Pink spawn. Excellent.
Pink Spawn. Over to Pink Spawn. We've got a couple interesting ships.
Yeah.
The Kelly, Beluga, and whenever Avocados is flying, the Dawn Conquerors 3 mothership from Roblox. That's why it looks like that. I think I know the ship you're talking about, and wow, you sure did make it. He's gone with a very questionable loadout, as far as armor is concerned, I'd say. There is none.
On which?
Fresh Avocados ship.
Free Shavakadoos. Dawn Conquerors 3 mothership from Roblox. Yeah, 18 million kilograms of armor.
You just look at the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Especially where the arrows are.
Uh-huh. Oh.
And up here where the thrusters are.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. That's a lot of armor that doesn't appear to be protecting some important things.
He just has to not get shot from the bottom, and he should be perfectly fine.
Just don't get shot from that side. Just don't get shot right here.
Yeah, don't shoot that side, and you're good.
Okay.
Looks like RKD might still need a sub.
Well, they figure that out. We can keep looking at God, what is their fucking team?
Doug.
Doug? Okay, Doug.
We could start with the mothership and do an actual showcase.
Yeah. 4 snub fighters, 3 arrows, and 10 railguns.
He has one goal.
To shoot people.
That is range support. Them. Yeah. And nuke them.
That's a lot of armor for something that's definitely long range. With those railguns, the nukes, the snub fighters, he can engage from pretty far away and is taking a lot of mass to do so.
I've come to a realization. He is their tank.
Yeah. Well, the
unboosted reactors.
The argument for tanks having long-range weapons has always been important because then you can't just ignore them.
That is true.
But we can swap on up because there's not much else to talk about there. It's 18 million shields.
Pikachu apparently is going to be flying another variant of the egg.
It looks
Egg-tastic.
Pretty similar.
It doesn't have the massive side thrust. It's got a more conservative layout.
Yeah.
More elongated rear.
But it's got
more of a real ship.
8 Reavers, 8 Liberators. It's got 16 Aegis. I don't know why you need that many. Are you very, very afraid of missiles? They won't hurt enemy ships very much, I promise.
Well, maybe if you have 16 of them,
maybe
they'll do something, but man.
And then looks like we got 2 identical ships in the Doug Bikili.
Beluga. They're both named something different, but they have the exact same points, shields,
Keely Beluga. Okay.
and weapon layout.
And that weapon layout is 4 bonfires, 2 electrons, 11 spitfires. That's some missile turrets right there. Can you remember which is which? The bonfire and spitfire. Which one fires homing crazy missiles, and which one fires
Bonfire.
direct ones?
Bonfire are the homing, and Spitfire is the direct fire
The
dumb missile.
bonfires are annoying, but they're not too dangerous. The spitfires are dangerous, but you can dodge them. So with 11 of those spitfires, that ship is dangerous if you don't pay attention. If you let those spitfires just fucking rail into you, that's gonna be bad news. 4 Aegis for
Most
point
definitely.
defense, 1 priest, and a macro cannon in the nose.
It'll be interesting to see how these guys, end up doing. They are a team of newcomers, mostly. I know I've seen Liam at least once, but I have not seen the other two ever, I don't think. Looks like this is their first attempt at a PT-worthy team composition.
Looks like. So with 11 of those spitfires, that ship is dangerous. We can swap on over. I don't think they've found a sub yet. They asked me. I'm streaming. But I guess I could.
Invalid, are you recording?
Yeah. Yes, I am. What?
I was just curious. Is someone maybe available from the last match?
Do they need another sub? I thought it was Bonnie.
Bonnie's on the
No,
other
Bonnie.
team. Bonnie's
Bonnie's
joking.
leading Doug.
Oh,
Bonnie was joking. On the other
Bonnie
team
was
at the
apparently
moment.
joking. Looks like whoever would be subbing for RKD would be flying one of these two ships, either the Firehawk or the Evoker.
So Invalid, are you subbing or am I?
I'll go sub.
Okay. The picture-in-picture will be fun still.
Okay, I'll let it swap to blue.
We can take a look at their ships real fast while they get Invalid
Do
into...
we want to start with Preston?
Yeah, the Higaran Carrier Mark II. 16 million mass, 97,000 battle points, with 2 Avalanche RLX, right? Where's the RLX?
Yep. Good question.
Where are they? Oh, they're off to the side. This is a broadside.
Oh,
10 snub fighters and 4 longswords.
oh, there they are, over here on the side of the RLX.
Yep. That's pretty neat. That's a pretty
Sure
neat
do
carrier
have some
idea.
fighters. Yeah,
Invalid has just
under 10
hopped into the Celestial Evoker. We got a couple
I've seen this one
shipwrecks, a couple
before.
macro cannons, and a couple Merlin heavy railgun turrets. Ah, I see.
the small one still.
Yep. There's the shipwrecks. Yeah.
10 million mass almost.
It seems like it doesn't have a lot of guns for an 8750 or an 86, I guess, but 10 million mass, so it's got a decent bit of armor, but it's not slow. We can hop up to Birdgal in 4.5 million. This is a fast ship, even though it doesn't look like it. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
We got 2 macro cannon turrets, 2 heavy macro cannon turrets, 6 fixed lances, and 2 light macro cannon turrets. I'm excited to see how the fixed lances do on someone who's not being a meme like me and putting them on a rotor turret that falls off half the time or doesn't work.
Well, I guess we'll see.
And then we can look at Rogue real fast, 8750, 15 million mass, another tank. This one's can actually go into the front line, though it's not designed to be a carrier at long range. We've got 2 lances, 2 macro cannon turrets, 2 reavers, 2 LRMs, which, I mean, sure. 2 fixed lances, 2 light lances, 2 light macros, 2 demolishers, just a smattering of weapons. A bunch of them
He
pretty
sure
big.
is. Notably, they're all fairly heavy ships,
Except for Bird Gala, 4.5.
except for Bird Gal. And they're still under mass limit. They could have gone heavier.
Oh yeah. Doug is far behind on mass. Hey,
Far
Invalid,
below mass.
if you can hear me, Doug changed the name of their faction. Is that going to be a problem? For starting
I think it
in the
would
game
be.
mode? We have to change them back to blue?
Item.
I'm gonna
I think
do
it just starts with whatever are tracked.
or back to red, rather.
We didn't get to see Doug's last performance in the last TT on stream. That one was only available for recording.
All right. I will count us down if you want to get ready to start it then.
Sure. You remember what the fight was?
Oh, Bonnie's not ready yet. Give him a
It
second.
was SC start TDMZ-T25, correct? Or was it redoing the default?
I have never tried.
I'll do 20.
I
20.
never learned the new command or anything.
Humor Breaker WoW. Yeah. Alright. Count us down when you're ready.
Bonnie said that Doug isn't ready.
They're not ready?
I guess not. They've had a lot of time.
Do you remember that if any issues occur during the match, you can type /SC space problem. Is it space? Anyway, SC problem, and then a message that will pop up on everybody's screens. May or may not be a space in between SC and problem.
Okay. Ready to start?
Count us down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Hey, look at that, it works.
All right.
Arcade and Doug.
Yeah, says it right up there. Awesome. We've got Invalid Cam on the bottom is going to be his actual flight perspective, so that's fun. Oh, I'm
Plus
still
Preston has no shields.
here. He must be an SI grid.
I would imagine so.
If not,
Especially with the grid that
that'd be a
large.
problem. But I did see we ran the shield charge command, so it didn't go up then.
Yeah. I did run that, yes. Looks like Liam and
Oh, no.
Slimkey, which I'm just going to call Worm, are moving to engage Invalid and Bird Gal.
Yeah, I mean, Worm,
Right.
Liam, yeah. I have a problem. I
You have a
can
problem?
barely tell the difference between the team colors now that they changed it to pink.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I could have just... the color-
It's fine. It'll be funny if I get confused. Fuck. Okay, that's
Just
fine.
remember that all the names you don't recognize are pink.
Yes.
Liam and
Invalid
Bonnie are
is
engaging
a little
Invalid
far forward here, getting tore up trying to
by
take
himself.
this zone.
He has left. He decided he
Bonnie,
didn't like that.
Bonnie and Liam are up here. Liam looks like he's putting out a lot of damage, but that's those are Aegis. Remember, that's not
It's a lot of Aegis.
that's not gonna do that much. Oh,
Looks cool though.
all of those fighters getting shot at by Aegis though. That's gonna help there.
It is most definitely going to help there. Several
Oh.
longsword.
Lots of long swords into Liam. Missiles still
Man.
up. Invalid's shield's barely hanging on as he continues to run
Bit of a particle overload.
from Liam, Worm, and Bonnie all on Invalid as they're surrounded by
He still has
fighters with
shields.
longswords. He does. He's hanging in there.
Liam looks like he might have lost his shields. No, they just stopped showing up.
He's at
for me. That's good.
70%, but I'm guessing some shots got through some shunts because Liam is taking damage.
He is at
despite his
80%.
shields. Down to 50% now. Liam's under fire, needs to get out of there or do something about the longsword.
Invalid shields have dropped.
Invalid is in trouble.
He is under fire by three members of Doug right
10
now.
million's not exactly a fragile fast mover, but it's not a lot of armor on that crate.
Not
You
at
can
all.
see
He is
those
definitely
many
feeling it.
Spitfires coming out. Those will dig in if they hit, but a little bit of movement you can see they're missing. They are.
Oh, 100%.
They're definitely. I guess skill testing isn't necessarily the right word. You just have to realize you're being shot by them, and change your direction. They are punishment for not doing so. As Invalid
Doug
slips between
really
blockers.
wants Invalid dead.
Yeah, he's trying to slip between these blockers and get some cover. But they're not letting him have a moment's peace. They all slip back around the blockers into the center zone here. Preston.
He does have
Berg
his
now-
shields back.
Well, he'll need them. Back up
He
to
will need 'em,
25%. He only lost 20% due to all of that fire. And got a little bit of damage on Free Shivakadu and lots of damage on Liam. Let me actually zoom in on Liam and see. Oh god, yeah. That damage is
Oh
not
yeah,
on
Liam is
guns.
down to 70%.
Those are definitely
The egg-
longswords getting through the shuts.
The egg has proven to be more fragile than was thought.
No zones captured yet. I'm wondering
Bergau,
if the
Rogue, and Preston.
and Liam is dead.
Liam's dead.
Yeah, the game mode is not working. They are not capturing zones.
The center zone is contested.
Oh, is
That's the only one that has had anyone be in it. Yeah, Rogue and Prishavakadu are both center zone.
See, I thought they
Looks
were
like
both the
Liam
same
was
person.
power killed. Yeah, that's
That's my
yeah.
bad. Bonnie should be able to take this zone though if it's working. And slipped back out and is back in. As they looks like lay into Preston, maybe. They're
Yes.
really fighting Silky Worm.
Worm is being engaged by the.
Worm.
Yeah, he's being engaged by the longswords and the Phoenix snub fighters.
They
There's an
have-
RLX volley out.
Bonnie has
that
taken
went nowhere.
the zone now.
I am wondering if Preston is under the impression that RLXs are guided missiles.
It's only 5 minutes. RLX are guided. They're just way
They're
less guided than
You can't point them off axis
No,
and expect them
they're-
to turn around and track. Yeah.
They are like the they're like the Gothic torpedoes, but they track even way less. You do have to aim them at the target.
Bonnie is getting a good few Spitfire volleys off directly into Preston's drive section.
I'll bet Preston cannot dodge those as easily, and the Spitfires will do really, really good damage against the grid that can't dodge it. Preston's got the SI jet.
It looks like Doug did
That's the
capture
kind of tanky
one
breeze.
zone.
Yes. Bonnie took it.
Oh, massive detonations on Worm.
Invalid right up in there as Bonnie tries to get in to assist. They've
Their
got Worm
decision
down
to run light may have been a
40%
mistake.
Shields on,
Lots
on
of missiles out on Invalid.
Only 50% on Worm. It hasn't been going down very fast. Oh, never mind. It went down to 40, and then it went back up to 100. He might have lost some reactors there.
He lost something vital.
Birdgal also coming in to try to assist against these two. And down here we have Prishavakadu's shields are finally going down against Rogue and Preston laying into him. That's that tank that just can't let shots through the bottom.
Yep. Which so far he's done a really good job of doing.
Oh my god,
Until
big
now.
railgun volley out of Prishavakadu gets dodged by a well-timed blink. That's the downside of that big wind-up on those railguns.
Oh, 100%. You can hear them coming.
Invalid's shield's down to 60%. It looks like he was doing pretty good against Worm and Bonnie, but his shields are going down, and now he's taking a lot of those Spitfires.
He's looking pretty worse for where he's missing a lot of the armor he used to have.
He's been better.
Taking a lot of Spitfires.
Down to 50%.
And a lot of bonfires.
50% and still running, though. That's that 10 million. The grid looks like it's...
Oh, 100%.
Looks like it's a fast mover that's fragile, but it's not.
Close pass from Bonnie. Bella jumped out of the way.
Blinks into Bonnie.
Actually, jumps closer. Yeah.
Might be trying to get over here close to Rogue for help, but I don't think Invalid's got much control left. Drifting in a straight line, these bonfires are tearing into him. Invalid might be put down here eventually.
100%. There's more bonfires and another volley of Spitfires out for him.
Still only the one
Most of which
zone
land.
on the side taken. The center has been contested the entire time.
I think they're trying to put Invalid down to regain the ticket, a ticket advantage of some sort.
Oh, absolutely. It's worth the tickets. But only if you've actually been ticking them down this whole time. They could have easily,
Which
either team
Doug
could have
has.
easily taken the other zone sitting over there. At any point, Worm or Bonnie or Invalid or Birdgirl could have gone and taken that zone.
Worm has retargeted on the Birdgal, it appears. Flinging some missiles off his direction.
With Invalid down... Oh, Invalid is...
Invalid's dead. Missed that.
With Invalid down, switching on to Birdgal makes sense. Birdgal is a fairly fragile fast mover.
I'm curious as to how he died. It might have been a gyro kill, as he still appears to have power, weapons, and thrusts.
Might have been.
Birdgal and Rogue are... Not sure what Birdgal's doing, but Rogue is turning to engage the dumping missiles out for somebody.
Birdgal has been sitting around here trying to help Rogue with Prishavakadu. All that armor has been holding up, 70% and not looking too bad,
100%.
all things considered.
Rogue dumps some missiles into Liam.
Those nukes have been spent. On who, I couldn't say, though. Looking at Preston, Birdgal, Rogue, both all looking pretty fine. Birdgal's shields are down. That's gonna
Birdgal has lost his shields.
that's gonna be dangerous. Birdgal has
Bonnie is
to
now
move.
swinging around and...
Birdgal cannot
firing.
sit still with all of these Spitfires around.
Oh, 100%. He's going to start getting whittled down pretty fast here. If both Worm and Bonnie could get a few
She
good,
has
solid
to
volleys.
move. Birdgal, what are you? Don't sit still. You're 5
They're a
million
fast
max,
mover, aren't they?
Birdgal. Move,
Yeah.
please. I'm begging you.
It
Don't
looks like their
sit
power
down.
has... Looks like Rogue the Dragon has lost his shields completely. With a negative 1%.
I think that's the first time Rogue's lost shields against Prishavakadu here.
I believe so. But they're going to continue dueling here in the middle. He has gotten underneath.
All of RKD's shields are down. Rogue's come back up 35%. Only lost like 1% armor, I think, in that exchange. Rogue is doing just fine. I don't think
Bonnie is continuing to chase down Birdgal.
I don't think they're focusing.
And has split their drive section off,
Oh my god.
killing them.
Birdgal was at 90% when she died. What happened?
Here's just, they've died. They got completely gutted by several bonfire volleys. Bonfire and Spitfire
Just
volleys.
tore
in
out
a
the
row.
back. Still got power. Those macro cannons are firing.
The ship is considered dead and has had the ticket subtracted. Looks like Bonnie has taken that opportunity to retarget onto Preston.
You can tell the ship is pretty dead. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Slinky Worm is... Oh, that's why they're not engaging. Oh god. Here comes more missiles out for them.
Getting nuked. I think Worm is just trying to capture this zone maybe now.
It appears he is. That's all he can do with just a afterburner. Piloting from him, though. Rogue and Avocado mating in the center here.
Oh yeah, they've been facing off this whole time, but Rogue's definitely been winning that attrition.
Most definitely. I would say Rogue ship is the better design of the two. Prishavakadu relies heavily on fixed weapons, which does not seem to be in his favor.
Both got a lot of armor, but Prishavakadu's already spent the arrows on what I didn't see.
Oh, shield jitsu.
But Rogue definitely has more sustain than Alpha, and that's coming into play here for sure.
Looks like Preston is taking a lot of fire from Bonnie. He has lost his bridge.
After the deaths of Invalid and Birdgal, Doug has the ticket advantage. They have 2 of the zones. Everyone left the center, and nobody took it still.
Yep. And Doug has controls both outer zones. Courtesy of... Oh, Worm died from a stray shot, it appears.
Oh, okay. 2 grids down for each. Bonnie and Free Shavakadu. If they... Free Shavakadu is looking hurt. If they finish off Avocados, then they might have free reign. It's just Bonnie they have to contend with left, but they do have to do something about these zones.
Preston
Avocado
is
into the center.
looking equally as wrinkled. He is having large chunks of his hull simply float away.
Preston is at 90%, but I'm gonna guess that a lot of his important systems haven't necessarily been hit yet.
It looks like some of them have been disabled, but none of them destroyed yet.
He's looking way worse than the stats say he is. So I'm guessing
Doug
it's a lot
shockingly controls all 3.
Doug controls all 3 zones.
Bonnie has also swapped his targeting to Rogue.
I would honestly be giving the advantage of the fighting to RKD here, but Doug has just played the objectives better. And if it's
superior zone control.
If it keeps going like this, then they're gonna take it. They're on track to
like Rogue has lost shields again. He's rather slow, so Bonnie can do a lot of damage with those missiles.
Bonnie is just whipping around in the center zone, not to let Rogue decap it. I don't know where Preston is going. He needs to go to one of the other zones here.
I believe Preston might have lost a majority of his thrusts. He has his primary drives in the very back and has hit a blocker plate. Seems to be mostly playing support, trying not to get into any direct conflict. Bonnie is continuing to fire into Rogue.
Squishy saying Doug pulling through with the battle of attrition. I would say that they're winning despite the attrition.
They were the lighter team.
The alpha of RKD has mostly been spent, and there's not a lot of damage left on them compared to Preston and Rogue. But they've just played the objectives better, and they're working those tickets down.
Bonnie has also been hard carrying their combat capability, dealing most of the major damage and kills.
I am sad I missed the arrow volley from Avocados.
Same here.
Curious to see how effective that would have been.
If Doug just plays time here, they're most likely going to win.
Bonnie's still pouring fire into Rogue the Dragon.
4 minutes till match ends. Although RKD will likely run out of tickets before then.
Yeah, what? 200 divided by 3 is how many seconds they got left before they...
Massive longsword strike on fresh avocado.
More arrows.
It might actually kill him.
It might.
He's dead.
And he's dead. And just like that, if they had been contesting these tickets, if Preston gets in a zone, if Rogue manages to force Bonnie out of this long enough to take it, they would have
They
had a
could
chance.
potentially turn this around. I think they still have a chance. Oh, signs are not looking great.
It's a 2v1,
Bonnie
but Bonnie is
has-
more mobile than either.
Bonnie is starting to take longsword rounds, though.
If they can kill Bonnie before their tickets run, they do win by knockout.
That would be true. However, they only have about 60 seconds to do so.
Rogue blinking
Then
toward
Doug
the
will
zone.
win
They
on ticket.
finally figured out where they need to be going. The center zone, you're not going to be able. Oh, but Preston might be taking the center zone here if Bonnie doesn't get in to contest it.
80 tickets left on RKD. Are
Nope,
they? They
Preston
might have
is drifted out of
swapped
the
their focus.
center.
They might have swapped their focus way too late in the match. Rogue has entered a cap zone, but Bonnie is in it with them, contesting his decap. Bonnie has slipped out of the zone. Rogue is still in it.
Bonnie
Rogue
down
might
to
decap this one.
27% shields. Longswords are still out for him. Same with those Phoenix Snub Fighters, taking those shields down to 17%, 16%. Bonnie's in trouble.
Rogue appears. Rogue almost decapped the zone.
7, 4, 3, 1.
That's Doug victory.
That's Doug victory. Right here at the end. I'm
Newer
curious
team.
if this keeps going, if Bonnie dies to those strike craft from the carriers. I'm pretty sure Bonnie's close to dead. Shields are down. Longswords are chipping away at the exterior now.
Damage might have been turned off when the match ended.
Oh my.
Pretty good. Preston through,
Nope, still
sadly.
on.
Oh, that's
Honestly,
alright.
That was really close though.
Yeah, at the end there, it was incredibly close.
Yep. Oh no, you miscalculated. You thought he could kill fast enough before they bled out, but
Oh, Bonnie committed suicide.
Bonnie with the ram at the end.
Rip.
The victory ram. Oh, light bulb.
Light bulb.
Light bulb.
Running research.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Ended up being pretty close match there towards the end, with the newer team coming out on top.
Yeah.
all right. TEC versus MCE Combat EU.
Combat EU, you said?
Yes.
Bracket updated here in a minute.
Bracket background would be really good. Let's see if I can open that.
It'll require some finagling to get it set up like mine.
Oh yeah, but
Mine is
I can just open,
nice.
open the web page.
That too. It'll be really small though.
I can zoom in on the monitor or the browser.
A little bit. Preston is asking for thoughts on the carrier. Says it's still pretty work in progress, but he was happy with its performance.
Yeah,
It definitely contributed to quite a few kills.
I would say for sure the strike craft helped kill off the fast movers. Absolutely. That loadout. I don't know what the RLX did. I didn't see them hitting a lot, but I wasn't watching super close for it.
I saw him
Bonnie's
fire off at
PD.
least twice.
Bonnie's PD
Oh,
was
yeah.
able to stave off the fighters.
That's right. Bonnie had a ridiculous amount of Aegis.
That was the egg that had the ridiculous amount of Aegis, not
oh
Bonnie.
yeah. No, it was the egg.
Either way, they still had a lot of Aegis across the entire team.
Yeah.
Appears to be pretty effective PD.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's based on the Baneless. It's just the Baneless that fires a little slower and had something else to compensate. I forget. I think a wider AoE, like I made the frags spread out more and have a wider area of effect.
Preston says that the RLX was kind of meh in its hit rate.
Yeah, I would say.
But to
I
be
think
fair, you are
probably
not
true.
using it in its ideal situation. You had it mounted sideways.
You had the
and
mounted
firing
sideways.
into a
You were
team
firing
full
mostly,
of PD.
mostly at fast movers, unless you were loading them all into. I think Fresh Avocado. I don't think you had very many good targets for them. So
It looks like his intention for them was to use them as PD saturation
oh
to cover his fighters and longswords, which that does make sense.
yeah, 16 Aegis per both of those. No, I think 16 Aegis was only on the egg.
It was
The
only
other-
16 on the egg. The
Yeah,
rest
the
of them
other
only had
two
like
had,
what,
like,
5,
6, 4, 6. Or
something more sane.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
Yeah, Demon Fox. I'd be curious to test between the point defense effectiveness of the Aegis and the Baneless, since that was the template I took, and I modified a bunch of things, but they should function similarly. I know that the one thing I reduced was the fire rate, but I believe I increased its damage and AoE. I'm not certain all of the changes I made anymore.
All right, Darth. New spectator camera. Do you know how to use the Z to track?
Yeah, I use Z
The
all
spectator?
the time. I hit Z to get anywhere in spectator.
Do you know ZRT?
No.
T to track on a grid. That just brings it with them. R to change modes, like orbit camera.
Oh, I see.
So get a camera you like. What?
Bonnie spamming Doug and then Caterpillar emote? Okay. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thinking about it. I think we had the
Did someone just delete everything?
I didn't.
Does anyone
funny
see all
if you're-
ships?
All of them did get deleted. Yes, they're talking about it in chat too.
Is trash collection on some crazy settings right now?
No.
By the way, trash collection should probably be disabled on the build server, if at all possible. A lot of people's in-progress ships keep getting deleted because they had the audacity to get further than 10 meters away from it.
Is everyone in on both teams already?
Looks like it. 12 people in.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna be big. Alright, I don't know who deleted it, but it's a good case for everyone to not have admin.
Fortunately, we weren't able to actually. I believe Janik said it wasn't possible to implement the dynamic rank change via script. It would have to be done manually.
I see more RLX. That's very fun. All right. Whoop. Whoop. Where are you going? Let me look at your ships. Janik.
Gilby got a proof of concept with a admin giving beacon. It's a plugin.
Janik, stop.
So
All right, let's run through these real fast. I don't want to take too long because I'm sure these people have been waiting
Oh,
to.
look. I'm loading them. Give me 1 second.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. I gotta wait for everything, all the ships to
Oh,
exist.
I don't like that camera.
Alright, Darth, so get a camera position you like. I like looking at a ship, pressing R twice to get an orbit cam. And then you can press Control, numpad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Oh,
8,
you
9.
can control group them like an RTS.
Yes, and you can switch between those cameras.
Cool.
God,
And
game.
if you if you press Enter, F2, spectator camera, key binds, and you bind a key for the periodic switch, you can have an automatic switching camera.
Starting with MCE.
Yep. Starting with Janik before he runs away again. 7,000 points, under 4 million kilograms, very fast grid, 14 million shields. We've got the two big RLX that's hard to miss on the front.
Oh yeah.
With 4...
Look at those things.
Looks like, is that PPCs? Particle projector cannons? 12 LRMs, lots of missiles.
He likes them.
And that's all. That's all, folks. Moving on to Tate. That's a boat. We got
It
two
is.
Aegis for point defense. Looks like 3 heavy macro cannon turrets is the primary armament, with a couple of Spitfires, 4 LRMs, 1 Arrow, 5 Electrons is not nothing either.
They're pretty effective little turrets.
Yeah. Then we've got Max in another tank. Looks like Tate and Max both going for SI gens. No shields on either of these. Another 7k points. Looks like they split 7k among all of them. 2 LBX. Right there in the front. We've got 2 arrows, 4 Type 21s, and 4 X4s.
Did the LBX work like this?
That's a very
not the
narrow
LBX.
gap.
Where's the LBX?
Yeah, those are the LBX.
Those are the LBX?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Those
they are.
2 holes in the nose, yeah.
It looks like cameras. Yeah, those are the LBX. That's, yeah, I was gonna say it's a little deep for them, but
That's those.
if it works with the massive crater.
Oh, yeah. That's the 2 tanks. Moving on to MCE, Don't Blame Me, from Chris. We've got 4 Liberators, 4 Reavers, 4 Electrons. Custom turret controller. Excuse?
For this laser
the
turret.
lasers. Where did I...
Yeah.
Are those not in the weapons list?
They are BTI laser.
Oh, yeah, they're...
One of his turrets has nothing on it for me.
They're both visible for me, but I know that sometimes those turrets can cause...
Oh,
those
the
issues.
models. The models. It's the LODs on the models. If you get really close, they reappear. Yep, I remember now.
And then it looks like Talos flying the same thing.
No?
When I look at Talos, it doesn't tell me any of his armament except for the 8 lasers. It's not identical, no. It's got 8 lasers.
They're in the block list. If you do the place and remove, it'll update it.
Ah, there we go. 2 macro cannon turrets, or not turrets, 2 macro cannons in the front. We've got 4 custom turret controllers, of course. Looks like it's pretty much just the lasers and the macro cannons. Yeah, that's gonna be.
They
all
are
for MCE.
slightly different.
Yes, they are definitely slightly different. This one's a little heavier, but it's
Similar
still
loadouts, though.
light enough that it's gonna go fast.
All right.
And we
And
can
TEC,
swap
your
over to
home
the
team.
5 ships from TEC. Yeah, I haven't seen exactly what loadout they came up with here. We've got the Black
I
Knight with...
Really like Nate's new one.
Oh, yeah. We've got the Black Knight with Squidopolis in here. 8k points. 2 heavy macro cannon turrets. 1 Nova cannon. 7 Electrons. And then we've got some Spartans and Flares for PD.
Got the Nova right down there in the front.
Yep, looks like it. There it is.
Invalid. Please do an air tightness check. Please.
For what?
Are you watching my stream? You'll see it in like 30 seconds.
Yes. That's okay. You can disable it with /BC disable.
But by default, it shouldn't do this. It's because these are not These have giant holes in them.
Moving on, we can look at the Hazard class heavy frigate, the new ship that
I see.
Nate has been working on here. 10 million mass, 40,000 shields, 14 million shields. We've got 2 goalkeepers. We've got 6 electrons, 2 raiders, 5 priests, 2 reavers, and 2 bonfires, with a couple goalkeepers and 3 Spartans for point defense and a flare.
This front of Nate's ship kind of looks like a dinosaur.
Okay.
You see it?
Sure.
See it from the side?
Uh-huh.
Look at the side at the front of a ship. See the little this bright white thing right above the F3s?
Uh-huh.
Like the red part is the top part of the dinosaur skull. The split in the middle is the mouth. Bottom part is the bottom part.
Okay, I can start to see it. I was going to call you crazy, but then I started to see it.
The dino.
And we've got 8K on him as well. Moving on to MTD, we've got the Keon class heavy frigate. 7 million, almost 8 million mass, relatively light, also light on points, 5K battle points. What exactly does he have that he spent those few battle points on? It looks like a Nova Cannon, a longsword, and 5 LRMs. This is a Nova Cannon that they built a ship around.
It most definitely is. It looks like an evolution of his older ship.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got that Halo aesthetic that he loves. Absolutely. We can swap over to Senior
I think
Tequila.
this is the first time we've seen Nova Cannons on a team so far. As well.
Yeah, I was expecting we might see a few more of them. We've got 7K points on the Tachyon. Is that coming through on stream? Are my Steam friends that are interrupting my Shift T coming through on stream? I can't tell. Tachyon
Why are they all
class
the way over there?
light cruiser. 1 heavy macro cannon, 4 electrons, 2 Spitfires, 1 longsword, 1 macro cannon turret. That looks to be it. That longsword is going to be trying to finish people off. The heavy macro cannons, electrons for energy damage. I love the profile, the top-down profile of this grid.
You got a big hole in them.
You got a big hole?
These 2 side halls and the center hall are technically separate.
Yeah.
Only joined right where those spotlights are. Yeah.
Well, they're joined in the back to
That
where it
and
turns
then
into one.
connected in the front right here as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously connected in the back.
No, but I love that top-down profile. This ship looks awesome.
Yeah. It's great.
Then we can swap down to Squishy. Last grid, the Barramundi, 9 million mass, 7K points, 13 million shields. We've got, looks like, some priests and Spartans and flares for point defense. Then we've
4
got
liberators
4 liberators, 4 reavers, and 2 Spitfires.
and 4 electrons.
And 4 electrons. Yeah, it looks like they're going for a bunch of light turrets and some Nova cannons generally across the team. But that'll do it for looking at that. I just noticed MTD is the only grid using an SI gen, and it's not on a very heavy grid. It's 7 million.
I mean, if his goal is to use siege mode,
If his goal is to use siege mode, sure. But if he gets caught out, sure. But also, if he catches most of his fire on the Nova cannon, giving it extra integrity is huge. He just has to be careful,
yeah.
like most
It
fast
is-
movers, not to die to losing the rest of his ship around it.
the Nova Cannon is his front armor.
We are like 16 minutes behind.
Yeah, we are.
Let's start it.
Fine. We're done.
All right. Cool. Do you need to showcase anymore?
Nope.
We showcased
I
everything.
tried.
Awesome.
I tried to be fast.
Thank you.
Should I count down?
Are you hitting the start button invalid
Invalid is
when
good.
it's time?
Yep.
Valid is count.
And we
And
begin.
here we go. Whoops. My spectator cam is way too fast. Chris, Janik, and Talos all moving out up front. It looks like they're peeling hard for one of the side zones.
all moving together over to their right side. Max and Tate. It looks like they're potentially splitting up to start here. As
Looks like it
Max
might be.
fires off his solid rocket boosters just to get himself into the center as fast as possible, I imagine.
It's a good call from a tank. Looks like Nate is peeling off to get the opposite side zone. Well, it looks like Senior and Squishy might be moving to contest that other zone capture. Squidopoulos and MTD seem to be moving together. Actually, looks like Senior Tequila is continuing to run with Nate.
Max
While
detaches
Squishy looks menacingly.
his solid rocket boosters, and he is almost into the center now.
Alos, Janik, and Chris have all retreated back to Max and Tate.
They took the zone, and they're out of there.
That's out for Squishy, who is moving into the center zone as well. Nate is engaging Chris,
Squishy's going to get into that.
or the other
center
way
zone.
around, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Bunch of red team moving
Chris
in
is-
on Nate here. Engine-rich exhaust under fire from 3 grids. Those
He has already
Arlex
started to
missing,
lose
but
some
those-
thrust.
Those lasers are hitting him.
He's taking a lot
Gas
of fire
man
directly
bot,
through
too.
his shunts. Do I?
He has not taken that side zone, but Squishy managed to capture the center before the MCE tanks managed to get in there.
Oh, Squishy and Nate doing some friendly flying.
Now, if all of
With-
if all of Tech leaves the center, it's gonna get decapped pretty fast. Both tanks are here.
Nate and Senior doing some friendly flying.
Oh no, guys!
They're just bouncing off each other like ping pong balls. Looks like Senior and Nate have decided to leave, so Squishy continues to test the center zone versus Max. I'm using the wrong music.
He was way too calm over there, huh?
Yes.
Senior diving into this side zone against Chris, trying to get him to leave, perhaps, so he can decap it.
Janik attempting to push Squishy out of the zone and realizing he shouldn't do that by himself.
Yep, Tate just peeking around the black hole. Max.
Chris
launching
engaging
into
Squishy from behind as well.
MTD.
MTD
coming
taking
apart.
a lot of missiles. 60%. He's lost 40% from this focus fire.
I think he's siege.
He's in siege mode.
I'm
He
thinking
most definitely sieged.
this is the use case for it. As a bunch of RLX come in, a bunch of
Yep.
the longsword ammo is wasted on him as well.
Hopefully he has a build and repair and can work on welding some of the damage he's taken.
I'm
It looks like the rest of MC has swapped targets.
Almost certain that he's out welding right now. Yeah, and it looks like
Looks
TC has
like-
finally formed up on this side, taken that side zone. Is Squidopoulos now. Nuke's hitting.
Looks like Nate is
Chris.
moving in to engage Max directly.
Yeah, Max has taken a bit of punishment. 75% is
There's
honestly.
a lot of damage that happened really fast.
I'm curious why he's lost that much. Because he looks pretty intact, and he's a tank.
Would it be the SRBs
Hmm,
that he has since jettisoned?
that's probably it. He's probably basically at 100 when you consider that.
Nate is now alongside Squishy as they appear to be engaging Tate. Senior Tequila is all down by himself, being engaged by both Janik and Talos.
Squidopoulos landing a Nova Cannon shot on Chris. Chris did not like that. His shields are down. He's getting out of there. He does not want to stick around. That's a light grid Chris is in. That Nova Cannon just
Lots of missiles out for Senior Tequila,
popped his shields. Oh, God, yeah.
down to 80%. MTD still... MTD is no longer in siege mode.
Yep, he's come out
He
of
has
it.
retreated.
He's come out of it. He's backed up.
Looks like him and Squidopoulos are attempting to capture that far zone. Squishy has left the center along with Nate, who has moved to support Senior Tequila down here at the bottom.
MCE has taken all of the zones, but TEC's just been trying to not get separated and take some opportunity targets.
They seem to be struggling with staying together and contesting objectives.
They got Chris's shields down, but they weren't able to capitalize. That fast ship got out of there with
Senior Tequila taking a whole ton of missiles. Massive volley. Oh my.
That's a lot of LRMs
He's-
coming in. Does he have any flares
he's
left?
had
Do
a lot
his
of
teammates
his-
have any flares left?
This is his third volley he's about to take right now.
Oh no.
He's lost a lot of his surface weapons.
Oh, those were some missile hits. That's a lot
And
of
even
fire
more of his
coming off the
weapons
grid.
gone. He is at 70%. Looks like Nate is attempting to re-engage Chris
Nate pushing
and is
alone.
also being ganged up on Talos.
Longswords on Chris, longswords on Nate. Both of them taking nukes.
He's down to 20%.
But Chris
Or
has
sorry,
got his
70%.
shields, and Nate is definitely getting the worst out of this engagement.
Oh, 100%. Looks like Squidopoulos is attempting to try and move and support him, but Nate is simply too far out ahead.
Squishy,
Longsword strike on Talos.
Squishy guns it through the center to try and help, now opening up on Chris as well.
Squidopoulos has moved to support and is now engaging Talos.
They have formed up on Nate. They're not letting him die alone. It looks
Squishy
like
also moving to engage Talos.
Talos is the focus target, perhaps. As they're all looking at him, and he's getting out
Nate
of it.
has turned around and looks to be going after Chris, which isn't a bad call. But TEC so far definitely has had the worst side of this exchange and are at a ticket disadvantage.
They're all formed up together once again, surrounding to help out their teammate Nate. Nate's still taking fire from Max. They've left, however,
MTD's
MTD
all alone.
Yeah, they're gonna put him down here. I don't think he can get out of
He-
this.
Looks like he was trying to whittle down Max with his Nova, but got caught out. Yeah, his entire team did just kind of leave him alone, didn't they?
He captured his own.
He's jumped out of that zone, abandoning his hold on it, allowing Talos to recapture it.
He's trying to get out of there.
Looks to be
He's-
drifting towards the center.
Honestly, not looking that bad.
Not a bad call.
He came
In
out
fact,
that
the center
okay.
zone is unoccupied. He can contest and capture
It
this.
might show him at 50%, but it looks like he's still a very functional grid with a very functional Nova cannon.
Tate has slipped back into the zone, just behind the black hole.
Yeah, Tate will.
Squidopoulos is ran back over to help support MTD.
Tate will absolutely hold on to that. It looks like Squishy and Nate going after Max. No, Max is pushed out after them, but they do not want to engage the tank. They are leaving.
They don't. They are leaving. Looks like they're desperately trying to play the zones.
Squidopoulos pressuring Chris down to 70% shields on Chris. Not going down super fast. Nukes landing on Talos. There's just a
Talos
lot of
holding his
split
ground.
fire. Talos might have been nuked through
Looks
the
like
side. Lost one of
Squishy
his
is pushing back out to engage Chris. Looks like they want to eliminate at least one of the fast movers, if at all possible.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Chris now hunkering a little bit beside Max, trying to get that help from the tank. Now with Tate and Max sitting in one capture zone each, if they don't move, that's just going to be one capture zone each for MCE, and they're not going to lose any.
Squidopoulos, which is looking a little wrinkly, has also moved to try and engage Chris, though Chris does have a massive speed advantage over most of the TEC ships. Team Tequila also attempting to support.
Big RLX hits from Aristeas onto Squidopoulos through a shunt. Bringing shields down. PBC shots out. Swing and a miss.
Squidopoulos definitely has some parts falling off of him.
Oh yeah. Those RLX looked like they hurt. Max down to
Down to
67.
85%.
Max is taking fire.
Squishy is continuing to slam fire directly into the side of Max. Trying to get to his soft, creamy center. It looks like MTD is continuing to contest the center zone as well as he can versus Tate. Senior Tequila looks to have moved to engage
honestly,
Tate as well.
big props to MTD through this match for his great use of his blinks and his SI gen. I honestly have expected him to die twice over now, and he's slippery. He's gotten out of it.
Some would agree. Oh, another Nova Cannon shot directly into Tate.
It was desync
And,
for me. I saw a miss, but I'm sure I can spot the crater if I look hard enough. Looks like they've
Might have
decided to
missed,
lay into
actually.
Tate.
Unless it clipped the side right here. Clipped the side right behind one of his macro batteries. If you look for the chunk out of his right side. Looks like Tate is actually sieged.
Oh, he might have. Yeah, he's not firing
If you look
back.
for the hit effects, whenever a laser engages them, you should see a bright red blocks.
Okay.
Oh, doesn't stop Senior Tequila from engaging him. Though to be fair, it's not like Senior has much of a choice.
And Senior's sort of just drifting around, so if he can put fire into anything, he should. They're not going to be able to take that center zone from them. MCE owns all three zones. They're just draining the tickets away.
Squidopoulos is being engaged by both Chris and Talos out on the zone. With a Nova Cannon shot out for Talos that looks like it was a near miss.
Looks like it missed, yeah.
MCE now owns all three zones.
Mm-hmm.
Massive ticket advantage.
Max still throwing the air and the X out against Squidopoulos as well. Looks like Aristeas is just hanging way back. And he can do that with the PPC, LRMs, and RLX. He's got a long-range build. RLX out for Squidopoulos. This is a 3v1 against Squidopoulos.
Oh, 100% with Janik supporting from the rear with his artillery missiles.
Mm-hmm.
And PPCs. Speaking of PPCs, here come another volley.
Those are going to miss.
Fortunately, they're too slow.
Yeah. At those ranges, he's not going to hit anything with the PPCs. Looks like Squishy and Nate both after Talos still. Talos' shield's down to 35%. They're getting him down. But no substantial damage yet. And Talos is very well out of dodge, and they're not going to be able to catch him when he's this light.
Max firing a ton of fire directly into the back of MTD.
Oh,
He's
no.
going to be out here pretty soon if this continues. He doesn't seem to be maneuvering at all. He may have a... Nope, there he is. He's turning around. He must have been welding.
May have had a siege mode on briefly, but not anymore.
Here's a full LRM block floating away from MTD. They didn't even get the fire.
Yep.
Looks like Tate might have... Tate's getting engaged by Squidopoulos, who fired a Nova shot that hit the larger than usual collision around this station. That's a shame.
Unfortunate those Nova cannons do not reload quickly.
Tate is out of siege mode and has re-engaged. He's being engaged consistently by Squishy, Squidopoulos,
4 grids
Engine Rich
firing
Exhaust,
on
and
Tate.
Senor.
They want him gone.
Looks like TEC did manage to recapture one of the zones.
The one thing
Oh,
TEC knows is that they want Tate dead.
Yes. They can get him dead. They can perhaps recapture the center zone.
If they can get
As long as MTD does not die.
one of the tanks down, yeah.
Yep. Cut off a rear section of Tate, which includes his afterburner. Tate has left.
Tate has left.
Tate has left the center zone.
Doesn't want it, he's out of there.
TEC is recapturing the center zone there, completely uncontested, though it does look like Chris, Talos, and Janik
Yep.
are contesting Squishy's control of the far zone, with
The
Nate moving
fast
to
movers,
support.
Fast movers have whipped around to try to retain their cap zone advantage.
TEC does technically own 2 zones right now, and MTD just went red.
Oh no, that's a huge ticket loss with how low they already are from the zone control that MCE has had most of the game thanks to their tanks. They managed to get Tate to retreat out of one, but I don't know that they have the time to capitalize. Chris is dying.
Chris has chosen a poor course of action.
Chris is dying.
He is.
Chris's shields
Those
are
lasers,
down. There's a
man.
lot of lasers and missiles coming out for him. I'd be surprised if he
TEC are
lives. but-
incredibly low on tickets. It looks like Max has moved in to retake the center zone. I'm not sure if it is possible if MTD's corpse is still in it, but I suppose we'll see. Nope, they retook it. No, wait, no, they didn't. Anyway, Chris got straight out of dodge.
Yeah, he managed to get out of there. He's not
He's
well, but he's
very
definitely
sore.
still functional.
Looks like Janik is contesting the far zone, attempting to. He is too fast for his own good. No, he stopped himself. There he is.
It looks like MTD's corpse is contesting the center, perhaps.
That is something Janik should look into. Squishy appears to be engaging Talos,
Squishy
while
gunning
Squidopoulos
it
continues to
through-
engage Max.
Gunning it through the enemy team, going for that other zone. That's the only way they can survive. If they can
If
manage
he
it.
retakes this zone, they stop the ticket bleed, and they might be able to do something.
They might. They might.
Janik just recaptured the other zone on the opposite side, which means Squishy sacrifices for nothing.
Well, I'm not certain Squishy is
30
going to
tickets.
die from it. MCE is not able to put down these grids as fast as I thought they might be
MCE, second, they owned 3 caps. Now they own 2 again.
able to. All RLX miss.
MTD
ping.
floated out of the mid.
Oh, yeah, they've taken mid.
Looks like it's Jover.
It might be. I don't think they're going to be able to eject Max in time to.
Nope.
That's a window.
MCE victory.
MCE victory on tickets. Lots of damage across the board.
Only 1 death. No one else has died. Everyone's very hurt, but there's
Yeah.
no one dead except for MTD. Certainly was a match. Pretty close, all things considered.
Yeah. I have to feed myself and my dog.
Who was the winner again? MC?
MCE. Yep.
Okay. Dated,
Looks like Chris just
ASQ,
died.
CYB.
Finally got finished off by Squishy off to the side. So close. I think if this match had been longer, if they had been able to stop the ticket bleed, that TEC eventually would have won the attrition. They're continuing to fight. Senior Squidopoulos and Nate attempting to kill Talos. Who has ran away? Oh.
All right. Where's the next match?
Combat 1.
What do you think, Darth?
Oh, good.
What do I think about what?
Do you think that TEC might have eventually won the attrition had this match been longer?
I think it's very possible with the Nova Cannons. The Nova Cannons can actually manage to take down those tanks eventually.
100%. I'm watching
Alright,
them try to
ASQ
finish
is
each other
going
off
to
right now.
need 2 subs.
Turnip had to go to work, and Harry had something else happen, I believe. So, TEC just lost, so there are 3 or 4 subs available. Nate, Squishy, MTD, and
You said on Combat 1?
who else was it?
Yes,
And
Combat
Squid,
1.
I guess. Team Tequila. That one. I'll go ahead and run a restart on this other server. Man. It was a pretty good showing from both teams.
Honestly, it was. All of these have been like within reach of the other team as they lost. Like none of them have been stomps. None of them have been stomps. Even if it might have felt like it from like the player's perspective, I promise from mine at least, all of them have seemed close and within reach for either team.
I think they MCE and TEC in the last one had about equal teammate coordination. They were really quick to try and not let any of their own get singled out, especially on TEC and on MCE. The fast movers worked together really well.
Yeah.
Janik providing long range support while Chris and Talos harassed whoever was left out on their own. I'm genuinely surprised that the only death we had was MTD. And the only reason MTD died was because he was holding the center zone for as long as physically possible.
Yep.
He took a while to kill despite being a rather light grid.
Pretty light.
Held together by exactly one thing, and that was his Nova.
7 million, and the Nova was a lot of that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, didn't seem to get to use all of his LRMs. It's a shame.
Yeah, it did look like there was still ammo in them when he died.
They were pretty conservative with their consumables. I guess my concerns were unfounded. My animated background, in fact, is not crashing my bitrate.
Nice. You'll have to share it.
Send them to you. Got a few. Not all of them are good. Also, some of them are kind of large.
So I stole my wife's monitor, and the issue is the monitors. I have to buy new monitors.
Aw. Well, could be worse.
Yep.
Oh, that's a 2.1 gigabytes? I guess I can't give you that one. I also should not use that one. I can't send you the one I'm currently using because it is 60 megabytes. The one that you can currently see on my screen. Two of these I didn't end up using. The ones with the black backgrounds because they loop a little too obviously. See the harsh jump. Looks like Bryce's power might have come back online. It looks like he's offering the sub for Demon Fox. Speaking of feeding yourself, I think I might do the same thing. Be right back.
How did I lie? What did I lie about?
Alright, guess they need another sub.
Looks like it.
I'll join them once they link the Discord. Alright, nope, they got 3 out of 3. That's good.
They're doing the TEC playback the video, review the footage, and they're doing it without me. I think that was Squidopolis as Nova got caught on some unfortunate geometry from the station in the center. I think if we're gonna do capture with all of this cover around, we should get rid of the black hole.
Yeah, I can move the cab zones around. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Think-
there shouldn't
Or get rid of
necessarily.
the center, yeah.
I think the ability for a fast mover to kite around the black hole in the center away from a tank, or vice versa, however it is. When you're in a capture zone, you should be able to see everything in the capture zone, I feel like.
We also did not have the turn speed limiting this match, or this tournament, so I bet that would affect their maneuverability a little bit. It's a setting in our RTS that reduces speed based on velocity that we had for, I think, 4.1 till 4.5.
All right, how close are we to everyone in?
9. 4 on blue, 3 on red.
I'm having a rough time trying to load into Combat 1.
Oh boy.
It started loading as soon as I restarted the old server, or the other server rather. And I'm only at 50%.
I did get a sorry, I got distracted. I did get a world failed to load, so something didn't close when you restarted the server as I was connecting. If you're at 50% for another minute, then restart your client.
You just jumped to 90. I might load in this entry.
I have started the oven.
Alright, there I am. I mean, no matter how bad it ever gets, I don't think our load times will ever be longer than Star Citizen. Today, I will sit and stare at this white dot go back and forth for an hour. to get 20 minutes of deeply unsatisfying gameplay.
Yeah. What did... Squishy, what do you mean by stopped shooting correctly? I'd be curious to know if that's something that I can look into, or if it's perhaps just probably something with his grid. Like Tate was saying, with a deformation in the barrel. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh.
Ooh.
I can pull something up on... fuck it, my camera. I need to stop with the fucking pedal. It's like just like a fidget device for my feet, and I just can't help it. Alright. So, let me see if I can put it on stream. We've got this and this.
What are you putting on stream?
Nate sent me damage stats.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love some contextless graphs.
Contextless graphs are awesome. While we're waiting for people to get in, is everyone? Can you make sure everyone's in?
I'll have to open your stream and mute it so I don't hear myself.
Add browser? Is this?
You just do a window capture.
Yeah, I could do that. That'll work. All right. There we go.
You just added a browser source.
Now can I just...
Are you using Streamlabs or regular OBS?
Regular OBS, I believe. Can zoom out, and that's good. And I can go into OBS and tell it to crop the top. Cool.
Ooh.
Okay. Very good. Is everyone in? I'm gonna keep asking.
I
A
see.
second.
Tumor, Mastodon, Hexscream. Tumor, Squadopolis, Hexscream. Which is their entire team. Yeah, that's right.
What is Persons doing?
What in
Yeah, we got 3, 4.
God's name?
All of the grids are in there, and they're... Yeah, everyone's in. So, see if they're ready.
Would we like to start our showcase on ASQ?
Yeah.
This is their first match.
Let's do that.
But I think we should start with Persons.
There we go. Let me pull up Invalid's live reaction as well.
live server owner reaction.
We have persons in the pain train. What the hell is this? What have you created?
33 million mass.
30, yeah, 33 million mass for me.
33.
1,340 battle points.
Oh no. Look at the front.
Yep.
He's going to see you.
He's got eyes. This is a Mr. Purple. This is a ram ship. Or a tank or something.
100%. It appears to be running an SI field
This
gem.
is a,
as well as
I don't know, a
module.
capture zone capturer or something. Look at all of the solid rocket boosters. That's where all the mass is
Yeah, no,
coming
this is a
from.
ramming ship.
Good lord. All right. Swap down here to
30,000 blocks.
That's near a limit.
Okay.
All right.
Next.
Demon Fox. 85,000 battle points, 18 million shields, fast mover, 4 million. This is the littler scene boy. We've seen this before. What has it got equipped though? 9 light lance batteries and 10 reavers. Gun. Lots of gun.
Notably, 3 apes.
And
They're
apes.
freaking out right now.
The apes are not freaking out for me.
You want to see? They're doing this for me.
Let me
They're like halfway between their animation.
tab over to your stream. It's on a delay.
Yeah, you'll see it in a few seconds. That's interesting. That's probably an animation engine issue.
Okay. Anyways, Bryce flying the same thing. Little Scene Boy, but it's LB because it's got 3 naval LBX. Just slapped onto the outside. As it's kinetic instead of the reverse, and still 7 light lance batteries.
Fascinating.
Yep. We've got Goose. ASQ Honk. 8,300 battle points. 22 million 22 million shields. Almost 4 million mass. Another
whoops.
fast moving light. Get out of here, chat.
Fixed my stream.
All right. 8 reavers, 4 lances, and 2 light lances. And is 303 the same? Yep. Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. That's
They do be honking.
a honk. It's a goose.
Honk.
Okay.
All right. Count us down, I guess.
Yep, and we have seen. Wow. We have seen Cybran.
We have seen Bren, yes. A 3-man versus a 5-man. They pulled off a win versus a 4-man earlier, but
Let's see if this is any different.
Squidopoulos will pay food for Weld. He didn't say start, get back to your starting spot.
Not yet. Hang on. Wait.
He's literally typing out the command and everybody started moving. Rasan's literally cannot stop. He is a reverse thrustless brick.
Incredible. Teleport yourself. You have admin.
Teleport yourself now.
Teleport yourself now.
You mean it?
All
Actually,
right.
I'd weld you if you give me food. All right.
Let's go.
We're going.
Get rid of me. Tumor and Hex Scream tearing off to their left as the 4 fast movers from ASQ tear off to their left, going opposite directions toward the side capture zones. I don't think either of these teams are going to neglect the zone play.
music website decided it was going to reset my settings, so I had to fix that. Hexcream and Tumor. Slowly capturing a zone.
ASQ very quickly captured their side zone. Demon Fox curled up against the black hole, capturing the center. Brycecraft going to join. Tumor and Hexcream do not want that fight. This fight's going to revolve around Squidopolis, I'm realizing.
Oh, most definitely.
All of ASQ is fast. Persons is,
Shots out for LBX, out for Tumor.
yeah. It looked like,
Just grazed him.
might have grazed him, yeah. Some lance
Or
shots
that
already
fluctuating
on
in his
Hexcream.
percentage.
Hexcream is 75%.
Hexcream's down to 75%.
Shields, yep.
He is making a choice. On what choice he's making, but
He
he
has
certainly
sent
is making
long
it.
swords out for Demon Fox, and he is flying straight into the enemy
Those
team.
are out for 303. What is this?
What is what?
What does he do? I don't understand.
He appears
he
to
is
be,
directly engaging Demon.
Going after Demon Fox.
He really wants him dead.
His shields are down. He can't get away from this very quickly. Demon Fox only 60%. Got some shots through his shunts. But trying to get out of there, looks like.
He did get hull damage down on Demon Fox, 86%. What is Persons doing? He apparently has taken damage.
Is that any of his boosters dying?
Oh, he's got thrusters
He's burning his boosters.
behind his boosters. He's burning himself to death. Yeah, okay.
Hexcream might be dead.
Hexcream is dying. Focused by 4 ships from ASQ. 303, Demon Fox, and Brycecraft.
Moving out of the range of your tanks or your team against this loadout is certain death, as we're seeing that all of ASQ are fast movers. None of their grids are over 5 million mass. None of the grids that matter.
Looks like Tumor and Squidopolis are indeed trying to help, but it is too late.
Hexcream.
Hexcream is dead.
The goose is loose.
The goose are loose.
Looks like Squidopolis is now the target of choice for some of ASQ.
I was gonna say, I think they're going after Tumor, actually.
Looks like they might have changed their target, yeah.
Squidopolis can't help them.
Tumor appears to have lost his shields.
I don't know where Squidopolis
This-
is going or what he is doing, but they have to play together now, and they're not. Tumor is out
They
here
are not,
fighting
no.
a 4v1, shields down,
No
taking
shields.
damage. Just gonna
Taking major damage,
just
especially from
gonna
those LBX. Don't know what Squidopolis is doing, but he appears to be engaging the weaponless ram tank. Good for him.
Good idea. I wish you the best. I hope it dies. It hurts to look
Yep.
at.
Good luck. Looks like some missiles out for Persons as well from Tumor.
I don't think
Seriously.
he meant to fire those at
I don't think so. I think-
Persons. It's tricky sometimes to get the missiles to shoot what you actually want.
I think the other ones were underneath the minimum range when he attempted to fire. Squidopolis is realizing that there is nothing for his guns to target on Persons. Does not appear to be firing at all. Instead is being rammed. What is happening?
What is happening is I think we're going to see the first stomp
Tumor,
of the tournament.
I think this is a stop. Tumor is dead. He's dead. There's no saving this.
Nope.
He's not actually dead, but he might as well
God,
be.
the LBX, holy
Oh my
shit.
god.
He shattered into as many frags as the LBX produces.
He's still alive. No, he's not. Never
yeah?
mind.
Yeah? Is the... Yeah? Oh,
That completely evaporated him. We have not
Tragic.
seen an actual cloud upload in a while, but that definitely was one.
absolutely. Now they're going to try and take on Squidopolis. It's going to take a while, but there's not much Squidopolis can do at this point. With the 2 grids dead and the ticket drain coming in, this is going to end before he dies.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize they own all 3 zones and have drained the tickets massively with those 2 kills.
And they're goes Persons with the ramming, catches him on a couple of the spikes. I don't think he can turn enough to actually get a good connection.
I don't think so. He doesn't. There he goes.
LBX though.
Yes. The cluster supposedly the nerfed and very into the ammo. My game has been a little unhappy with this match.
And that's game.
Oh, here comes Rassans again.
He's turned around. He's
He did
coming
his
in.
3-point turn, and his teammate's gonna get in the way. Oh nope.
He hits the front
Nice
where all
connection.
of that armor is and keeps going. He removed a chunk of it, but it's all armor up front.
Wow.
Wow. So yeah, ASQ wins.
They won before my oven went off. I thought it was gonna have
How
to
long was
dip
your oven
mid-match.
set to?
20 minutes.
Oh. Yeah, no.
It's only got a few left. Jesus, ASQ, what have you done?
Brutalized the poor man.
What have you created? What the hell?
The game is very was it an invalid
Your
restart of the server?
connection
So now I
is
can't.
dropping.
I know. Trying to fix it. I think my stream just died.
Oh no.
Rip.
Yep, it died.
Alright, where's the next one staging so I can hop on that server?
Let me try again.
Doug versus MCE Combat EU.
Okay.
Attempting to restart the stream. Streamlabs is using 25% of my CPU.
What is your CPU?
Not bad.
What is it?
Find the screen once. My computer's very unhappy in general.
Task Manager will show it on the performance chart.
I know I have Task Manager open, but it is frozen. Give me a second. God, what is happening? Streaming error, unknown error, crashed the stream again. i5 11400 F11 gen.
Lamau.
Not awful, but it's shouldn't be this bad. Why is Streamlabs taking up 20% of my CPU simply to exist? What is it doing? Let me try to go back live one more time.
I think I've fixed the cable. I think. I hope.
All right, live again. Third attempt.
can pull up. There we go. This window capture again. To look at the stats from the TEC match. We had allegedly the most damage from the Type 21s. Followed by the LRMs. Longswords up there with the Spitfires, small lasers. The graph is pretty even on total damage per point, which is good. Looking for the RLX. There they are. They're respectable.
Do you still have my stream up, Darth?
I'm pretty sure I do. Let me double check it.
What's it showing you?
Give me just a moment.
Yeah.
Let me refresh. It's showing me the bracket.
Okay. My stream manager is showing me something entirely different.
Can I hear myself?
Do you still have my stream up, Darth?
Yep, I can hear it.
Be able
too.
to. Yep. I need to figure out a way. Streamlabs is nice, but I'm also apparently can't run that Discord, Space Engineers, and multiple web browser tabs at the same time.
Mm.
My CPU is maxing out right now because I'm all this.
That is a. Is it 12,400?
11400F. i5.
Six core, 12 thread. So you're not on power save mode, I guess.
Should never be on power save mode. Stream died again. I'm done. I'm not trying that again. Physically cannot do it.
Oh shit.
It was fine for 3 hours and then just killed itself. That's fine. I only lose out on Doug MCE, ASQ versus whoever wins that one, and then the Cybrand third place.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm running it 4 gigahertz. Not even that old.
Oven's done. I've got dinner.
Of course, pretty far behind whatever market is, because it is from 2020.
Alright. I'm back. We do have to get the show on the road. How much of this tournament is left? Just this in the final? And then if we want to do the third place, right?
We could probably skip the third place,
Yes.
considering
Alright.
how far behind we are.
Okay, well, it looks like all of MCE is in and spawned in. It looks like they're a 4-stack on Doug, right? Yeah, it looks like they're in. Looks like both teams are in. Just need teams to tell us they're ready, and we can fire this match off.
I will assume that means Doug is ready.
We will not start the match until you say ready and not Doug. Okay. They said ready. Well, let's get it rolling. Looks like a slow start off the gate from Doug, as letting Avocado move forward a little bit there. And all of the MCE fast movers have quickly gotten into their side zone. Railguns out. Might have been a miss. J-Nick pops into the center zone. Aristeas, rather. Chris backing him up. Tate's already getting into the center zone himself, so they're probably going to sail on through to the side if they want to test that engagement with the fast movers of Doug here. Julium, Worm, and Bonnie all headed that direction. No, they don't want any of it. Gonna let them come in and take the zone. But MCE already shaving off tickets. Already 50 down from Doug. Railguns out. Swing and a miss. At these ranges, not too surprising against fast movers like J-Nick, as he just spits the RLX out in hope, maybe. They've taken the zone and they've backed off to regroup around Avocados, maybe. Looks like Tate and Max are squaring up, putting a little bit of fire into the shields of fresh Avocados as he finally enters the ring of blocker plates into the center. He'll be facing the full brunt of "there has been a problem." Max freeze. Oh boy, okay. And disconnected. E boy. Well.
Oh, guess I'll restart. It's their one mulligan. Happens again, like we can't restart.
Crashes again, we'll just run it, try and reconnect quick. Looked like he was already trying to reconnect.
Oh, probably got a useful log. Let's see.
How did Max post it?
Yep.
Excellent.
Oh wow, they're already in.
Yep. Looks like we're waiting on a couple. And I think that's everyone in.
Does need to be said again that you should always restart your game after each and every server change, or sorry, each and every match rather, especially if you're changing servers?
I would never.
Bounty shouldn't be too difficult to actually. Teleporting, freezing all grids, and making their own grid physics invulnerable doesn't seem like good solutions, but doing some sort of on-screen notification. Just maintain a list of players and then check it every so often. And if the list is shorter. Uh-oh.
MC back in. Doug.
Looks like all players are in, all grids are in, and all grids are tracked. MCE is ready. They're spamming Doug. I'm going to assume we're good to go for round 2. I'm going to put on the combat music. Let's go. Begin. Cast die, commit, kill. Get him. Some cheeky railguns out, definitely out of range. Looks like they're repeating last time. Swapping over to different zones. Doug may be on it a little faster. Damn, but those MCE fast movers are fast. How much you weigh again? Show me. It's zippy. 3.8. Chris, 3.2, even faster. Okay, coming in. Oh, did we? Did I crash?
No fucking way.
Uh,
Every single time, server's dead.
oh no.
What happened this time? Let's see. Nope, just thread freeze. Epic. Alright, round 3.
It still hasn't kicked me.
Thread freeze. Server freeze.
There we go.
Happened right when I disconnected my SRBs.
Curious.
Where's he saying that, Discord?
Yep. Don't do that this time. He did it once before with no issue.
Yeah, he did it before.
Then I explode. Yeah, he does explode if he doesn't do that.
Anyone willing to do the parallel? Wait, do we have the ability to run the second match? We're waiting on this one.
Isn't the next one the final?
Yep, thought so. God, we shouldn't have restarted when Max crashed. Now we've doomed us.
Did it 4 times. And caused an issue.
Looks like everybody's loaded in already. Except Chet, if you were still trying to join.
No, I gave up.
Okay.
I can't do anything. Game just or computer just immediately dies. Restart it, but I also don't want to do that. I'm gonna compromise and go make myself.
There you go.
Do you have a coin, Darth?
Do I have a coin? I have coins.
Grab one. If this one fails, we flip.
Uh-oh. MCE said they're ready. Bonnie says 1 sec. Can't even fucking read this one. Max, you got any memes stapled to your grid? No? Not this time?
Alright, what's up with Bonnie ship?
Alright, Bonnie says we're good. Get her started, Invalid. I'll swap over to
Non-max. Okay.
combat music. Pray for the Cerber. Alright, let's get it. We begin again. Looks like we've got a little bit of a split now. Janet going into the center, Chris going into the capture zone on the other side. Tate rubber banding from the blink drives. There we go. That's where he actually is, I promise. But Olive, Doug moving together to capture that side zone. Let's get a closer look. They have finally dipped into this capture zone. MC had taken 2 already. Tate already finding himself in the center. Max firing off some hopeful shots into the blocker plate at the fast movers who are actually in range, but taking cover. LBX rounds after Bonnie. Oh my god, all of the point defense on Pikachu Liam cut down the RLX from Aristeas. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Show me the snub fighters taking on Tate over here. Got Vakadu taking on Max, launching arrows straight into that SI grid. Bunch of arrows landing. Carving a few big holes. Set one of his guns on fire, but that's a TIO gun right there. That'll repair itself if it's not fully taken down. And we've got arrows in return from Max into fresh avocados. Right into his rear section, takes out one of his thrusters. carving up that heavy armor. He's gotten into the center to try to contest it, but I think Max and Tate are gonna get the better of that engagement. Bonnie, Liam, and Worm no longer flying together as Bonnie heads off after Janik on his own out in the open. Chris chasing down Worm, Talos chasing down Liam. And is that... That was Avocado already dead from the combined fire of Max and Tate hitting him from different sides. Lovely got in through those unarmored sections. And that tank fight did not go the way that they were hoping. These Doug fast movers are going to need to kick it into high gear here and get something done working on these other fast movers. Looks like they're laying into targets of opportunity, whoever happens to be around, not gunning after a particular target. Perhaps chasing after Talos now? They're definitely after Talos. Talos' shield's down to 50%. Can he get away and survive? I think they're just about as fast, so I don't know that they can actually fully get away, but obviously if he hides with his tanks, that's going to be a difficult engagement for Doug to take. But they are still on him. They want to get Talos down 27%, 25%. Those shields are dropping. He's fast enough that the Spitfires aren't going to be hitting very often. And he's reverse direction around the black hole. Looks like he's pretty much thrown them off. And for it, a lot of Doug has lost a lot of their shields. They're now going after Pikachu Liam. Shields are down on Pikachu Liam. Taking a bunch of fire from Chris and Aristeas chasing. The RLX are not going to be able to be hitting this grid very reliably, but certainly the rest of the guns and lasers are chewing into him. Oh, a couple of RLX hits. Those are going to hurt a light grid like that. Bonnie coming in to assist. Getting some shots into Aristeas. Shields down to 40%. I'm curious where Talos is, how he's doing. 5% shields. He is out of the fight, regenning. Definitely where he wants to be. Pikachu Liam down to 47%. Let's take a closer look. Oh, God, yeah. Blocks flying off. That's Pikachu Liam dead. As it looks like a missile mag dump against... Is that Worm? I think that's going to be Worm. LRM's landing home. Shields down to 15%. Some of those missiles definitely getting through a shunt. 70% on a light grid like that. Slimky Worm is dying. There's an arrow hit. Those will seal the deal. And he's gone, and that's the rest of the tickets gone from the bleed. That's game. That was a quick one.
That was quick. We'll see if they'll be up for the third place match after the final.
I probably won't be here for that, but I will barely be here for the final if we start it sooner rather than later. Gotta get going pretty soon.
All right.
That was high octane, at the very least. A good show. All right. And next is on Combat 1.
Yep.
Final MCE versus ASQ. I am looking forward to that one. That'll be good.
All right, we'll cut the third place match. Sorry, we can't make it. That is okay.
Okay. Last match. Spells to be a good one, too. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, this will be a 5v5,
Yeah.
I think.
Looks like they've got a couple new subs in. Turnip. That's 5 in for each person. Ships are starting to come down. MCE's spawned in. Just waiting on ASQ. Come on, paste that monstrosity. There it is. Quank. ASQ is ready. And that's MCE. Alright, Invalid, start us off. Switch over the music. Let's get it on. The final of the night's tournament, MCE versus ASQ. And they're off. Both sides lots of fast movers. But MCE actually have some tanks, and we'll have to see if they can put that to good use. This looks like MCE splitting up to try and get into some zones. Yep, Janik is going to have to peel off from there. Since ASQ's all flying as a pack. Can't take that fight. Like with Janik hitting the center, Chris hitting the far zone, and all of ASQ flying in formation together. That's going to be 2 capture zones to 1 off the bat. Not how I expected it to start, honestly, but Tate and Max. Oh boy, okay. Bryce is frozen, Telos frozen. Oh boy. Waiting to see if they recover isn't necessarily fair with damage off, since one team has 2 zones. Turnip has gone unresponsive.
Got unresponsive. Alright,
I forgot.
that's suboptimal.
What's
Can
happened?
try the EU server, maybe? No, wait, is he back?
We getting pretty major performance problems towards the end?
Yeah, we hit the threshold. This is a 5v5.
We had a 5v5 earlier. It ran fine. I don't think we're hitting a threshold. I think
I don't
something's changed.
Yeah, I'll just let them keep position. Damage has been off for the last couple minutes. When they're back in, I'll run SC shields and start.
Okay, sure, sounds good. Bryce is back. Running fixed. Shields charged. It looks like game is afoot. See, recaptured their zones. All zones recaptured pretty quick. All right. Resume.
See if that could be automated.
Of just like pause the zones, pause the raids, and then when you run fixed, it resumes the match where it was and recharges shields or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a lot tougher if they had been in the thick of combat though, because you'd have to try and restart shields at like wherever they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. This only worked out because no one had actually taken any damage yet. Demon Fox taking some artillery missiles. Shields down to 60% out there. Person's moving in against Maxifying Cat. Burners are on. And Max has moved a little bit, but that's a collision. Server does not like that.
Oh.
Crunches into Max. Max at 67%. That's actually a good hit. Pushing him against the black hole. Oh man. 66%. Now, Max was already at like 70 once he dropped his SRBs. Looks like the fast movers have all pounced in to shoot at Max now. Chris and Talos coming in to assist. This is turning into a proper team fight here in the center. Looks like Max has finally recovered from reeling from that ram. This person's still moving. Still moving, chasing Tate around the black hole. Chris shields down. Demon Fox at 50%. Where's Chris at? Are they able to capitalize? No. Chris is now now coming back into firing range of Demon Fox, despite Chris's shields being down. Really want Demon Fox dead. 30% shields. But Chris is taking damage now. They've noticed the shieldless grid has entered their range. Chris's shield's still not coming back up. Aristeas down to 26%. Telos down to 15. Telos' shields are about to go down to Demon Fox. They wanted Demon Fox down, but 30% shields is all they could get, and MCE's fast movers are taking the worst of it. Almost all their shields are down. Telos' shields go down, taking grid damage. C-Block's starting to peel off of him. Unless they can redefine this engagement, Demon Fox is going to really hurt Talos here. Talos, rather. Talos retreating back to the safety of Max the Flying Cat's assistance. Tate launching out. A nuke for Bryce. Don't know if that's going to do anything. Yeah, just right off the shields. Talos shields have recovered. Chris is low. Demon Fox still not regenerating completely. Nukes out for Demon Fox. Keeping him below 30%. Talos recovered his shields a little faster than I was expecting. Perhaps lost a little bit of power there at 1.2 gigawatts. RLX getting shot down and missing faster grids like this. I don't think Janek has any good targets for those RLX. And huge missile volley out for... Is that going for Telos? Looks like it. Caught them all on the front shunt. No serious damage. And Chris with shields down again. Desperately trying to put some distance. Turnip chasing will not let Chris get away with being an unshielded grid against those fast movers. Aristeas and Demon Fox facing off in the distance there as well. Demon Fox down to 3%. Demon Fox shield's about to go down maybe. As Janix also go down 2%, 1%. All shields are down on MCE. As Demon Foxes just barely go down. Have to see what kind of damage can be done here. Those Reapers or whichever one they are, those are some fast projectiles. Those are hitting Aristeas. Getting some solid damage in. Chris down to 70%, but shields have come back up. That's the only shields on MCE. Demon Fox, we took a little bit of damage from that. Firing in on Chris, bringing those shields right back down to 0. Demon Fox still the best target for MCE as the shields are down, and they come back up. Croissant is still alive. What is he doing? Certainly. So we've got shields back up for Aristeas. Chris down to 65%. Somehow still kicking. Aristeas coming to help him out against Demon Fox. You can hear those PPCs fire off. Aristeas being the only grid now with shields on MCE, still firing into Demon Fox, who's got 76% shields, so that's likely partly due to the power Demon Fox has lost, down to 1.1 gigawatts. Big RLX hits. Telos ramming, I don't know if that's a smart idea. Talos ramming, I don't know if that's a smart idea from a grid that uses, what are they, rotor turrets? Yeah. Telos shields down, getting picked apart now by Telos and Demon Fox. And an LBX shot from Bryce as they all come in to finish off Telos. The shields down. 60%, no thrust left, just an afterburner and a dream. Looks like he's gotten pretty well out of dodge, but not happy with that damage. Janik now the only one facing off against fast movers there on ASQ, although ASQ down 2 zones, down most of the tickets from their loss now, it looks like, of Persons. This is MCE's game to lose. Despite it looking like most of the fights are going in the way of ASQ, MCE has correctly used their tanks to play the objectives. They're ahead on tickets and zones. Chasing down Chris, still out of shields, 30%. Chris is going to die here. A couple of good kills like that will absolutely bring those ticket totals closer and undo the advantage MCE has gained from their zone captures. Uh-oh. I'm frozen. My graphics drivers crashed. Valid, full screen.
You did too. Yeah, let's end it here. ASQ got that win. Unfortunate. Graphics drivers, huh?
ASQ got the win? MCE was ahead. Weren't they? Was I getting their colors mixed up?
ASQ is blue, I think.
Well, you're full screen for a minute here.
That is extremely unfortunate, but now we know. One of the weapons in this match is causing a graphics driver crash.
Yeah.
Because even though I've seen it occasionally. I don't know what. What?
What?
You know what? Actually, we'll debate it later. Let's just end this.
Okay.
Ain't keen so much, but mostly worked.
Put this back where it was and turn it off and turn me on. And we'll call the stream there.